What's good, people? I'm here. You here. You watching. You press play. Let's do it. Listen, I'm in here with my main man, Cooler Ruler Devon.
That's me.
Yeah.
Ow!
You gotta tell the people. You gotta give the people the full introduction. I can't.
Full
I don't think
introduction?
my introduction was good enough. I think you need to introduce
I
yourself.
dug that. That was cool. Well, it's your boy Cooler Ruler Devon. More than a DJ, more than a producer, super producer, and I'm so forever golden era. Still
Golden.
Always gonna be that. I'm gonna cut that noise radio show with your boy DJ Flipside.
You know what I mean?
What up?
Shout out to everybody subscribing.
Video
Shout out to everybody clicking the like button right now.
Yeah, video show.
Cooler Ruler Devon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Listen, Ruler, I appreciate you for coming up here, taking
Come
the
on,
time.
man.
Cause you busy. You busy. You're a busy
Come on,
man.
man.
You know what I mean?
I ain't too busy for this.
So for the people who don't know, he's a super producer. Let me just run through some credentials. He's part of that LV fam, that Lost Boys, you know what I mean? You wrote the hook for what?
Renee, my Lost Boys.
Got a gem in the building, baby. So bro, like how's the whole LV fam? How's the whole Lost Boys? How they doing?
Working still. That's what I like to say about them. They're still working. Cheeks is on the road getting that throwback money. I mean, they still want them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, he flew to India one time by himself, threw his book bag on his back, said, yo, I'll be back. I'm out. Went to India, got that money.
Wow.
He's everywhere right now still.
Wow. International.
Yeah.
See, hip hop is so universal, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Free Spig Nice, rest in peace.
Yes,
Free
rest in
guitar,
peace. Rest in
salute
peace.
you, Pretty Lou.
So since the new era came up, how do you feel about the new era of hip hop from the era that I grew up in and that you were in,
Right.
in the heart of it? How do you feel between then and now?
I feel funny about it because it's so different. It's so edgy. It's so next level. But I can't knock them because when it was our time, you remember horrorcore?
Yeah.
Yeah, our parents thought that was crazy. They was like, what the hell is y'all spitting about? You know what I mean? What type of music is this? Y'all like this music? And not for nothing. As a parent now, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all like this music? But it's funny, I kind of like some of it still. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's a full circle, baby.
Word. So you just can't knock it. I don't know. You know
Yo, it's just, me growing up, I was listening to like I'll Be Sure. I was listening to Foo Schnickens.
Right.
And I was listening to Black Sheep.
Exactly.
But I'm like in first grade and I'm reciting these lyrics like Mr. Sugar Dick Daddy, Mr. Long.
Yeah.
And getting in trouble because like, the teacher
that was
how you
crazy
know
back
about
then.
it?
Right. That was crazy back then.
And my brother, I just like, shout out to my brother. Coming from school, I'm in the car listening to Mobb Deep. Like, I was in first grade listening to a lot of like real hip hop.
Right.
And he was the one that put me on to Mr. Cheeks. And I was just like, you know what I
First
mean?
grade,
Das
yeah.
Effects, my crew.
Yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? Das was my group. I was
Black
a fan.
Moon.
Black Moon. Woo, that whole era. Woo.
I can go.
Souls of Mischief.
Yes.
If you talk about that era, them are the people involved with that era. Word. Like Helter Skelter. And all that.
Helter Skelter.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Rock.
Just like the abundance of hip hop that I was consuming when I was younger, it's like now when I listen to it, I'm just like, as a DJ, like me as a DJ, and I get a lot of records.
Right.
I listen to it and I'm like,
it doesn't compare.
it doesn't like my mind doesn't click to it, but I know I would have to adjust to it.
But those 2000 era babies, they love it like we used to love our music back in the day. You can't tell them nothing about it. You understand what I'm saying? What I try to do from time to time, like even on my Instagram, I got this thing called The Origin. I try to keep it up and go. Hopefully it gets bigger than what it is, but The Origin is basically, I'll take a song that's out right now, and if it has like some sample or redo something back in the days, I would usually play the original. You know what I'm saying? I would play what's the song that they know right now, and then immediately play the original. Just educate them, let them know, no ideas. You know what I'm saying? All these things, like you said, full circle. These things came back. You know what I'm saying? For instance, the Tory Lanez, they didn't really know about the reggae joint. You know what I'm saying? That he took it from and so on.
For the people who are not into reggae like that in dance hall, that's where it came from.
Basically.
So, as a producer, like, how do you see the elevation in the producer game now? Like, is it from? Let's go from the pay. Like, let's start with the pay. How is the pay different between yesterday and today?
Now. The pay is retarded unless you like a big name producer for real. And I'm not one of those, I'm not in that lane right now as far as those getting hundreds of thousands for beats and all that. It changed, man. $20 a beat and all that. Yo, that hurt my heart. I used to get like 5 to 8 racks a beat. You know what I'm saying? And shit changed right now. But what I can't front on is the production. It's not like as much sampling as there used to be. There's a lot of grassroots, like cats is building tracks, laying.
Look what I'm doing, y'all. There's no instrumental for this record on YouTube. I'm trying to put it together. All right, this one's tricky, so don't laugh if I fuck up.
Layering actual melodies and sampling and doing all, not sampling, but you know, doing all types of things like different antics with their beats. And I can't front on that. The production actually came up to me. You know what I'm saying? It's actually better than what it used to be.
What was the process when you're in the studio? What's the process when you were making beats back?
When I used to make beats back then, it wasn't so much, yo, come up with something from scratch. We did that every once in a while. Like, we'd probably hear a little melody and then, you know, play it on the piano or whatever I had and then try to add some drums to it. But it was mostly, I would hear something playing, like an old soul record, my favorite thing to sample ever. And you hear the breakdown and all that, and you shove that in the MPC 60 and try to chop that joint up, get the pieces that sounded like what you heard, and then you just rearrange it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The thing that you loved about that beat, and rearrange it, and just come up with a new concoction from, you know what I mean, an old record, and it would be yours. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you do it. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, that answered the question pretty much, right?
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, all right, we already got into the money. Like, how is the relationship? Do you feel that the relationship now is tighter with the producer now, or was it tighter when you were coming up in the production game?
Not as tight. Depending on just depending on the project that's out right now. If you're talking about like a Khaled, you understand? Oh, he's tight with his art.
Yeah, he's very tight.
Like I love how he does things. Like I kind of, not for nothing, I did a record just while we on Khaled. I was kind of mad at Khaled before for a little while because I once made a record I'm from Rosedale, Queens, and we call it Mobsdale. Yeah. And I put 41 people from Rosedale on one 9-minute record. It's the second time I did it. The first time I did it was 34 people on it. 4 bars a piece or whatever. It wasn't that long. You know what I'm saying? It worked out kind of. And then Khaled comes and he does what he's doing. And I'm like, man, I did that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get the credit for it. But I got to respect them because it's not an easy job to put all these artists together and like come up, you know, with a gumbo type of, you know, record or whatever. But what normally happens, let's say like Bryson Tiller.
Right.
From what I understand, he got his joints off of SoundClick.
Yeah, he did.
He don't know those producers. You understand what I'm saying? Well, maybe now he does.
But he built a relationship with him. He
Right.
better have.
Right. Like Trinidad James. He got that beat for free, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a beat for free.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, like,
shout out to all the super producers on SoundClick.
basically, yeah, shout out to y'all. That's a hard job. Oh, SoundClick is a hard job. Horrible. Yeah. But anyway,
you got to start from somewhere, and like we do, we appreciate you for doing what you do.
Right. But I don't think it's like it used to be as far as producers sitting in the studio with the artist. Yo, nah, you need to do this with the beat. Oh, I like how your voice went this way. Let me make the beat do this to match that voice. Jam Master Jay, rest in peace, taught me that. Like one time when I did the Shifty remix by Onyx with Jam Master Jay, and for instance, the remix, right? I produced it and he co-produced it with me. Yeah, I had the beat rock and the loop and everything. He took the old vocals, put it on top of the track or whatever, right? And then there was a part where Sticky Fingers went, "Watch out, it's gonna be you, I believe," something, right? And it sounded good on the beat, but Jam Master Jay went and grabbed one of my Quincy Jones records, put it on the turntable, and found a part where the keyboards went, "Wow, wow," and over that, he went back to the watch out. He put the wham wham on top of it and emphasized. You know what I'm saying? It made it crazy. I'm like, God, that's how I learned. Yeah, that's how I learned. Like, not for nothing. Like you said, I did the Lost Boys Legal Drug Money album. That's how I learned to do most of the production on that album. From Jam Master Jay. I was like remembering everything he taught me, and I did it on the Legal Drug Money album for Lost Boys.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, how did the Lost Boys form? How did you meet these guys? How did you start working? How did you guys get into music? We need to know, like, for the younger generation who don't know, but they know the songs because parents play it.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, this is the joint. This is the pop the club. Always been a DJ.
Right. That's how it started.
But you're going producer DJ route. So how's the DJ?
It went how it go? It went DJ, rapper, producer, engineer, producer, DJ. Still producer type thing. How's the DJ going on? I love it. I still love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. That's what happened. I felt the hunger for it again. You know what I'm saying? I just like, you know, there's so much music.
That's the 12s off?
Yeah. Basically, I got a little controller now. It's not really the 12s, but you know, it was new to learn. But nah, I mean, I love it. I love it. I love bringing music across to people and making them react. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm here for.
So the Renee beat. Mm-hmm. I mean, is there a story behind that? Like, you was just in the studio, you just started writing, so you just like he couldn't think of a hook and
right. Well, Cheeks had he had a bunch of joints. It wasn't just Renee. He had a joint called Billy about a little dude that came up under the Hustlers and he started hustling. No. Okay. Just joints that he had. Like, he had a song called Donna. He had a lot. He had Pop Life. It was like some songs like that was all stories, but he never really had hooks for them. It was that era where he just wrote stories joints, but he didn't really have no hooks. It was
just really long stories. It was
right.
Okay.
Right. And he had this joint. He had that joint Renee. You know, it was a tune Shorty and Renee. But he had it first. He put it on like a popular beat. It was on that Black Moon, Got Your Open beat, and then he tried to put it on a bunch of different beats. But you know, it was just, you know. Eventually, when he got that deal with Uptown Records and Turn Universal Records, that was one of the songs he had to include on the album. Renee, he didn't even use Billy, he didn't use none of that, but Renee was that joint. You know what I'm saying? Shorty died at the end. It was just so real. And well, I did the track for it at first. On record, I wrote the hook. That's what still remains. But the original version is, well, you could find it online and so on. It was when they were on Uptown Records, but when they moved to Universal Records, the beat was remade. And my beat was kind of dirty. It was, I mean, the hood loved it. People, I remember this version. This is the version I like. I don't know. But the other one, the one that's out right now, bling, 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 is a prettier one done by Mr. Sex. Rest in peace to Mr. Sex.
Rest in peace,
you know what I'm saying? But they kept the hook that I wrote. Mind you, when I did the beat to it, and I went in there, like I loaded the track of whatever I knew Cheeks on. He came and put his vocals on it. And then he left out for the day. You know what I'm saying? I was still in the studio. I think I got there the next day early before him, Talik, and them showed up. And I told Joe Quimby, the engineer, I said, yo, put that beat up. I wrote something for the hook last night. Let me go in there and put it down so by the time Cheeks show up in here, he'll hear it and see what he think about it. And he came in and he loved it. He loved it. That ghetto love is a Lord. He loved it. So I actually recorded it first. It was my voice first, and then he went in there and just, you know, dubbed it over. I'm so, like, salute to Mr. Cheeks for even making that decision. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Saying, yo, all right, I'll keep that hook. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of what made me me to this day. You know what I'm saying? It was the biggest thing ever happened in my life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So are you still, like, taking on artists and helping build their career, or are you just doing just straight engineer work? You pay for your time?
Not as much as I used to. Because like a younger artist, they don't follow the like, to me, the proper methods of doing things pretty much to get from point A to Z. You know what I'm saying? They really slack. But if I, you know, one day, like I know I'm gonna stumble upon that person with the proper talent and the mentality, because you got some, not for nothing, hear this from me. The people that, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but the weakest artists, the people who ain't that great, are in the studio every day. The best artists, the ones that are naturals at it, are hardly ever in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so You have any other records that you produced?
Right now online, if you look it up, you find 2 joints by my man Uwap the Don. He's a white dude. He got he got a joint called Ink Pen featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. If you're from the '90s era, you know what it is. And Sean Price, the late great Sean Price.
Rest
on
in
it.
peace.
Yeah, we just did that joint like last January, and he passed in August. It's crazy. But it's called Ink Pen, you know what I'm saying? Produced by Kula Devon. Check that out. Got a dope video and everything. And another joint by my man Uwap the Don and featuring Cuban Link from the former Terror Squad.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's produced by me too. It's called SOE, State of Emergency. So check that out. And go to my beat website, man. Cop you something. It's called coolerbeats.net.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to get with the new wave for y'all. So check out what's on there and see if you find something you like.
Yo,
Maybe
really,
we work together.
I really appreciate you for coming through. I really appreciate you for being on the show, bro.
Yeah,
I
appreciate
mean,
you
know it's
for
love.
having me here, bro.
Shout out to the whole LB fam. Shout out to Mr. Cheeks, Lost Boys.
Salute.
You know what I mean?
Hold up.
Cooler Ruler, Divine.
Yes, sir.
Over and out, baby. Cut that noise show.
Bang. Yo, it's your boy Cooler Ruler Divine. I'm so forever golden era. And I'm with my man DJ Flipside on the Cut That Noise show.